off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Dr. Chad on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday, May 8th, 2025. Markets are green this morning. Dow futures up 189, NASDAQ futures up 200, S&P futures up 36. VIX is at 22.88. Of course, we had Trump's announced he's going to be speaking at top of the hour here about the trade pact with the UK. So that was kind of leaked last night and then had a little drop today when Trump said that they're going to leave the 10% universal tariffs in place. So who knows what's going to be said here at the top of the hour, but definitely had some movement overnight. And so I will probably refrain from getting in any delta neutral trades prior to, which I don't usually anyway, maybe. I usually don't get into too many before 9 a.m. Central anyway. So, but I'm sure the market will move it when he starts speaking, or who knows. So position size accordingly. Morning, Abash. And there is the bell. We have wholesale inventories at the top of the hour as well as far as economic news. I don't know how much that would move the market anyway, but probably Trump speaking will move it more than that. Dow up 224, NASDAQ up 205, S&P up 40. No 1 DTE for me today. Microsoft, big push up. Mostly green. I don't see too many red stocks. Coinbase up 5 2/3. PLTR with a big push up. Getting a little bit of a reversal in some stocks now. Amazon coming down, Apple, Netflix, Nvidia. Nvidia coming down, AMD pushing up. Tesla with a big move up. Tesla still pushing. Hood with a big push up, PLTR. Wonder if we'll see some just chop out of the gates for the first 30 minutes until we get this announcement over with. Looking for some big volume here. I believe Coinbase has earnings today. Big push in Meta. Nvidia came down below pre-market lows, trying to bounce. Bosch, do you think we need to wait for some additional pushes after? Well, I mean, I'm going to wait till after see what the price action does um, during his announcement. So I wouldn't put anything on around 9 o'clock, no matter what. Just have to see what price action does. May react, it may not. I mean, typically, I'm putting on my first iron condor anyway at like 9:15ish, 9:20, 9:30. So that's why I'm glad he's doing it at the top of the hour and not at like 11 a.m. or something like that. PLTR is going to get a big volume bar. Let's see, today is the 1 DTE option chain. Yeah, that's why it's going to be interesting to see if the market even reacts. I mean, obviously he could say something new, but most people know what the announcement's about, so who knows? Sometimes he's got a way of bringing up other things. So PLTR, big volume bar. Chuck, did you go for Tesla or Meta? What do you mean? I'm not in any trades. Apple coming down. No pullback in PLTR. Now Microsoft, it had come down to pre-market highs and bounced. I wish I would have saw that on this red bar. On the second bar, it came down to pre-market highs and then bounced. If it comes down a little bit more, I may jump in along there. So Microsoft coming down here. I'm going to try to jump in along here in Microsoft on the 440 calls. Filled at 255. And then if it pushes below pre-market highs, I would exit. It's hanging out right now about where I got in. Man, PLTR just straight up. the 440 calls in Microsoft. And I would get out of half at 280. Yeah, S&P just kind of appears to be chopping the first 15 minutes here. Amazon through lows. Yeah, AMD not. It could be. I'd like to see the volume pop be bigger. It's got about 30 seconds to get a little bit bigger. Another big bar in PLTR. So yeah, technically a mighty 90 in AMD. All right, need a bounce out of Microsoft now. Let's come down to right where it bounced before. And no bounce yet. Tesla, kind of right up at highs, not really moving much. Meta coming down now through lows. Amazon through lows. Yeah, the S&P kind of looks like it's just waiting till 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'm just going to pass on that mighty 90 in AMD. It's pretty strong. All right, Microsoft is getting right down to my cut line. All right, cutting it. Filled at $1.95. So that you can kind of see here where pre-market highs were, and it had bounced off of it once, but didn't do it that time, unfortunately. So not a good Not a good play there. Yeah, good out in Microsoft. You can see it now. It's coming. It broke through pre-market lows and it's coming down. Well, I mean, we got 12 minutes. Ooh, MSTR hood coming down. Ooh, there's a drop in the S&P. That's a Thursday. Moel's favorite day to trade. Yeah, you can see good out in Microsoft. Netflix, Nvidia, DKNG, SMCI all have gone red. So I suppose I'll just wait here for his announcement. PLTR had a push up. It's pausing now. That would be one I would look to get long. Just not sure it's a good idea to get long when the president's going to speak in 9 minutes. 50-50 chance you'll be on the right side, though. Yeah, I don't know. Like Abosh said, like we already kind of know what it's about, so not sure how these markets are going to react. It's all kind of new territory for us. I always position size a little bit smaller on days like you've got something like this going on. If you do get a VIX that spikes up in the morning like it's doing, sometimes I've entered a 1 DTE a little bit later in the day, a little bit later in the morning, but certainly wouldn't do it until after he's done speaking. See what the market does. Netflix coming down to lows. NASDAQ and S&P just kind of trending downward. Micron, MU, down through lows of day. Love to see, push in one direction or the other, then just chop the rest of the day. That would be ideal. Microsoft trying to come back above pre-market highs now after it flushed me out. Little rat. PLTR through highs of day. Shucks. Kind of wish I would have got in on that little pullback. Now S&P and NASDAQ back up to about where it opened. Could re-enter Microsoft now that it's kind of right above pre-market highs. Just might as well just stay out of anything right now, and so I don't get caught in a big move in a direction against me. Probably right now would be the time to get in Microsoft if you thought it was gonna. If you think it's gonna go up. Meta through lows of day. Apple coming down. Please don't be late. Just kind of stinks sitting here waiting. Soon, President Trump makes major announcement. All right, let's go. I think I may jump back in this Microsoft if it comes down just a little bit more. With about a half size position. On the same 440 calls. Filled at 222. So went in with went in a couple contracts less than what I did the first time. Just to see if I could be on the right side of this. It's hanging out right above pre-market highs. Yeah, NASDAQ and S&P are both right around where they opened. Hood had a drop, and it's coming back up, trying to get up to highs of day. Does not look like he's on time. And market's coming down. I may add back into Microsoft here. I'm going to add some Microsoft. Filled at $1.89. All right. Let's go with this announcement. This is really cutting into my trading. Sitting here waiting now. I mean, you can just see now the markets are just, the S&P and NASDAQ are just sitting here waiting in wait mode. Yeah, Hood's pushing through highs of day now. Look at that. Getting some down movement now. Don't want to see that. I'm going to let this bar finish. So it's not going to panic. Just going to let it finish. I mean, it looks like the markets are kind of like us. They're just tired of waiting. PLTR is one that might not be bad to get long as it's pushed up and it's kind of waiting as well. One of the stronger stocks on the board. Still waiting. Well, Microsoft. I kind of wanted to have it on while he was announcing, but if it breaks through lows of day here, yeah, just have to eat it. Let's go, Mr. President. Markets are also tired of waiting here. AMD is holding up. PLTR holding up. Yeah, hood. So you can kind of see like if the market does start liking, when he starts talking, AMD, PLTR, hood might be stocks to get long. Amazon, Apple, Netflix weak. Netflix getting a mighty 90 long. Meta also coming down. Yeah, I mentioned that right after that second bar, Krish. Man, yeah. Now's the time I would like to probably start looking at TLC trades, but man, you just can't enter when you're sitting here waiting for president to talk about something that's moved the markets so drastically over the last few months. I mean, you just gotta sit on a sideline, I guess. I mean, S&P's trying to get back up to about where it opened. Netflix making another move lower. Krish, can you answer my TLC question? Where's I don't see it. Oh, up above. While waiting, how is your results the day after FOMC on TLC? Um, let's see. When was the last FOMC? Sometime in March. Let's see. Looks like I had a green day. Yeah, it looks like I had a green day on March 20th. Yeah, so March 20th, 3 winners, no losers. But I mean, there's so much new right now with Trump and tariffs that I wouldn't really compare them to past FOMC days, especially dating back into 2024. Yeah, I mean, January 30th was right after the inauguration. I wouldn't really draw any conclusions from that. March would be March 19th, and then the 20th, I had 3 winners. Yeah, conditions have definitely changed, even since January. But we had to move down in the VIX there on that last 5-minute bar. Just sitting here twiddling my fingers. Microsoft's just kind of chopping. Kind of took a chance on Microsoft. But I thought we'd be hearing the president speak by now when I was getting in those. Microsoft's sitting about where I added. Now the VIX coming down. Man, let's go. Well, probably not sure how much theta decay there's been, but a delta neutral trade probably would be getting close to profit target right now. PLTR coming down might not be a bad time to get in. If you think it's going to extend higher. let's jump in some PLTR here. On the 116 calls. Filled at 202. 116 calls filled at 202 in PLTR. Oh, she's popped up already. Close a half at 225. Filled at 225 in PLTR. See, I would close another at 245. Microsoft still going nowhere. Filled at 245. Close some more PLTR. That a kid? Close another at 265. Still no movement in Microsoft. I know the minute I put on a delta neutral trade, Trump will come on. In PLTR, I'm on the 116 call. I've already got out. I already hit 10% and 20. Yeah, Hood ended up pushing through highs of day. Microsoft going nowhere. Filled at 265 to close another PLTR. about that? Get out of another at 285. Filled at 285 in PLTR. Got two left. Get out of another at 310. Well, at least PLTR is moving. Yeah, that's been some big profits there in Hood. Yeah, PLTR is helping us pass the time here. Microsoft is trying to get going. Filled at 310. I only got one left. I'll just put it at 350, and we'll see if it ends up hitting it. Microsoft just hanging out at the top of that little consolidation part that it's in, which is about where I added. Let's go, Trump. Start talking, please. Man, I don't know. How long we're gonna have to wait here, but considering just bouncing on my Microsoft because it's just not moving. At least PLTR moved for us. Starting to see some theta decay in this Microsoft too. Yeah, I'm just gonna close up this Microsoft. Filled at $1.69. So Microsoft got me twice today. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. It's just sitting here. I got one contract of PLTR left, so I'll probably just hold it and see if it can hit 350. And if it looks like things are wanting to flush or something, I'll just close the last contract. But I'm glad to have gotten that one since Microsoft did me dirty today. So I will see everybody during Power Hour. Have a good one. Peace.